Hello there today, and today we're gonna discuss, a very important news that basically, even though the Erling Haaland transfer has suffered a blow, but a new player has emerged as an alternative for Haaland. So, and Haaland has Pogba as well, and as you know that Manchester United, are not in good terms with Paul Pogba, who has always shown little interest in staying, and every year you get to hear the news that Pogba might leave, Pogba might leave, he might go away and all that. So yeah, so every year we get to hear that, Pogba is leaving, So United have come up with a fantastic, solution for that, and they have found out, a new midfielder who might replace Paul Pogba. And this midfielder is known as, Jhon McGinn from Aston Villa. And yes, you've heard it right, in Aston Villa's, Jhon McGinn. So this particular player could be the solution to Manchester United's struggle, and struggling end with Paul Pogba. That is because it's not a surprise that Borussia Dortmund are constantly pushing towards Haaland, and even clubs like Real Madrid and clubs like PSG, you have giant clubs like them, City, they want Haaland in their squad. So it's very unlikely they will be able to get Haaland. United will have a very tough competition. In order to get a player like Haaland, you have to have very, very tough competitions. It will be some very tough competition to get Haaland on the scorecard or on the board. So since it'll be such a great task to get Haaland, and Dortmund are desperate to keep him, and several other players, are desperate to get him. So so United's one of the best, chances might be to sign the upbringing, or upcoming midfielder Jhon McGinn. So as we see, Jhon McGinn, has had some good performances under Aston Villa. He has shown some great signs of a good player, a good midfielder, and he has been linked with United from a long time, and as many have said, I see him playing with Fred, McTominay, and everybody else, Fred, McTominay, Ronaldo. I see him playing with them, supporting with them, and playing with Van der Beek. I see him fitting in United perfectly well. So you see him fitting in United, perfectly well. So so when that's the case, so I think this is a very good attempt, because if you go for a player like Haaland, anybody and everybody wants him. Everybody wants a player like Haaland. Everybody wants to have a player like Haaland. So basically, so they'll have a very tough competition from every angle for him. I mean, PSG wants him, Man City wants him, So, he would be a great replacement for Paul Pogba or Lingard, any time of the day, him. And what we have seen recently is Manchester United are stacked with attack. They have Sancho, they have Fred, they have Greenwood, they have Ronaldo. But what Manchester United lack is a good midfield and a good defense. I mean, that's what they're lacking right now. A good midfield and a good defense is what they're lacking. So with that in place, if that is the case or the scenario right now, so it's very unlikely that Manchester United, shall be able to, they'll be big time title. For them to be big time title contenders, they have to fix their midfield. There's no other way. This is a major issue in Manchester United. We have a very good attack. We are stacked up with attack, but our midfield, it's very, depressing, and we don't have proper CDM. In terms of defense, we have somebody like Harry Maguire, who's a very bad at defending. So we have somebody who's like Harry Maguire, who's not good at all, and we have Rafael Varane, but he's injured most of the times. So so since he's injured most of the times, I mean, it's a very situation. So we've got a team of players And previously, that's what happened in the era of Ole. And we got a team of players who basically were, you know, they had a really good attack. I mean, we had a fantastic attack, but we had no defense, you know. And you know, we had no defense, we had no midfield. We just had attack, and somehow we held on to it. You know, it was hold on to the target. You know, concede 2 or 3 goals, and somehow fight back. You know. And definitely, I think your McGinn would be a way cheaper alternative than going on for Haaland, you know. And with the future of Paul Pogba and Van der Beek up in the air, you know, as both these players have shown uncertainty in playing for Manchester United, so it's a very good possibility, you know, we should get a good midfielder. Because yeah, Pogba, Van der Beek, they were all, you know, good midfielders, you know, but you know, they haven't got enough game time. And in addition to that, I mean, they aren't in good terms with the club as well. So yeah, in that case, Jhon McGinn could be a, you know, high potential, you know, transfer. He could be a high backup. He could be a, you know, potential midfielder for us. He could solve the problems that we have right now. So since we don't know that whether or not Pogba will renew his contract with us, we have no idea about it. So you know, that's a course of action we can easily take. So currently the state of United is good. I know we are improving a lot. We have improved in the, you know, in attacking, you know, we have had a better defense, we have better ball possession, but as long as we don't fix the midfield issues, it's never going to actually, you know, be a permanent solution to it. We have to fix the midfield, the defense, because we have good attackers. We have Greenwood, we have Sancho, we have Rashford, you know, Ronaldo. What we don't have is a CDM. People have been crying for a CDM for a long time, you know. Get a CDM to United. So that's what they've been crying for a long time, you know. So this is one of the reasons, you know. So and that's one of the reasons, you know, United are, you know, constantly they used to fail, and that's another reason. I mean, you see United going onto the 1 spot, the 2nd spot, the 3rd spot, and then you see United basically, you know, you see them basically, you know, just bottle it up. You see them losing, and you see all of these things, you know. So yeah, so when you've got players like these, you've got players like, you know, Ronaldo, Sancho. I think this is one of the best teams, you know, in recent times. You got Ronaldo, Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford. Currently Rashford is out of form, and I don't know why. I mean, he should be in form, you know. And so, you know, I hope he comes back to his form. You know, he's out of it right now. So if players get back to form, you know, if you have a good defense and a good midfield, you know, I think we have enough attack to tear everything apart. And Jhon McGinn would fit perfectly into, you know, the new pressing style of football that Ralf Rangnick plays. He is young, you know, he has got speed, he has got the thirst, you know, for playing. And you know, Aston Villa have been performing quite good recently. You know, trust me when I say they have been performing quite good. Villa have shown considerable improvement right now. And I would definitely say, you know, that yeah, more power to them. And they've even beaten teams like City. So that's something I would like to point out. So when that is the case, you know, so Jhon McGinn could be a literal replacement for Paul Pogba, because you know, I'm tired of watching that same thing all over again every year. You know, it's like Pogba is about to leave and then he doesn't leave. You know, he wants more game time, he wants more money, he has all these things, but can he deliver on what he's saying? Can he deliver his, you know, what he's asking? I mean, in a few games he's been excellent, but most of the times I've seen him injured. And that's what I've seen. He's been injured, he's not been in form, you know. And I know he's an excellent, you know, midfielder, but we need somebody fast-paced, with that hunger, you know, who's got that particular hunger in them. We need that, a player with that kind of hunger.
Just a quick reminder, we've got Champions League group stage action for you to look forward to here on EA TV.
So we need a fast-paced player who can basically show, you know, that kind of hunger in them. So that's what we need. So a fast-paced player who can, you know, basically show a great level of hunger in them. That's what we want. So has Pogba shown that? I don't think so. I don't think he has shown that level of dedication or passion, you know, which he says, you know, which he you know, for which he's being paid for, you know, 400k a week or a month. I'm not sure what the amount is, but you know, he's not delivered up to the standard. So taking everything like taking those things into account, it can definitely be said that, you know, Paul Pogba hasn't delivered. You know, has he delivered? No, I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. I think, you know, he can deliver much more. But since, you know, every year the same thing keeps happening, I think it's time to get him out. It's time to get him out. It's time to bring some new, young, fresh faces. I mean, look at Chelsea. You know, they brought in a lot of young guns. You know, they brought in a lot of young players onto the game. You know, and look how it changed everything for them. So and Ralf Rangnick's style of attacking, style of pressing involve, you know, it demands 100%, you know, dedication, speed, ruthlessness, and Rangnick has said, you know, that it's the young misfit players with hunger who basically, you know, who are the ones he always targets, and he then transforms them. He transforms the young misfit players into something, you know, fantastic, absolutely. I mean, that's what his game style is. So do you think Matic will be a great replacement for Pogba? I think Jhon McGinn, you know, will be a great replacement for Pogba, sorry. And yeah, and there are rumors of, you know, of our Cavani leaving United. So there are rumors about that as well. So this I'll cover in the next video. Till then, stay tuned, and you know, till then, take care.